Welcome back, one and all. Thank you for joining us here on Gameyaaad TV for yet another video. Before we get into the video, just want to do a little bit of housekeeping. I just want to encourage you to hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel, and please remember to hit that like button. Share your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section, and also to share the link with your friends and families. The more you engage with the video, the more the algorithm will push the video to new viewers. Now, with that said, I'm going to go into the review of the second T20 international match between West Indies and Australia, and that match would have played at Sabina Park on Tuesday of this week. Now, this match was dubbed the last and final match for Andre Russell. As you would have known, he would have announced his retirement earlier last week. Now, I think the match started with Andre Russell would have been given a guard of honor, and he was met by the Minister of Sport here in Jamaica, and the atmosphere was electric. The fans really turned out again. I think Cricket West Indies and the other stakeholders would have done a good marketing job in turning these two games in Jamaica as Dre Day, where fans would have gotten 2-for-1 tickets, and I think that would have contributed to the massive turnout of spectators for these two games. And I think the region represented Andre Russell well, and I think they really turned out for these two games, and they were behind the boys, even though we know at some point we were going to lose the game, but the fans really get behind the boys in the two matches as well. And that just speaks volume as it relates to cricket here in the region, and in particular in Jamaica, because given the fact that we would have lost so heavily in the third test match, you would have thought that the West Indian fans, they would have been discouraged to come out to the T20 games, but that was not the case. They really turned out for these two games in the T20 series, and I just want to commend the fans for not giving up on the West Indies team. The West Indies cricket is in a serious crisis right now, and we have to find solutions to get our cricket back to where it ought to be. And I think everyone should the little influence that they have, whether in the social media space or wherever, we should try and to find some solution rather than playing, because I'm very disappointed, especially with even some of the legends. Most of them are just playing blame game rather than trying to provide some solution for us to move forward here in the region. So again, commendation goes out to the fans here in Jamaica, and that just show you that cricket is alive and well here in Jamaica as it relates to having interest in the game. So I think much needed to be done from the grassroots level right up to the international level, and I think the 27 that we would have all out for should spark some conversation here in the region as to how we need to get back our cricket on track. Now, let us go back to what we are here for, and that is to provide a review of the second T20 match. Now, as I said, West Indies would have started well, and not in terms of runs scored, because at the end of the power play, they were at 49 without loss. I think 49 in the power play is kind of at par. You want to be at about 60 to 70 runs at the end of the power play, but summing up conditions on the night, because I was at the match, I think the pitch was playing a bit slow, especially when you are bowling from the Courtney Walsh end. I think that end was a bit slow, and I think the West Indian batters find it hard to really time the ball from that end. But however, the Michael Holden end was, the ball was coming on a bit quicker, and I think even Brandon King, when he got into his rhythm, I think that the Michael Holden end, you would have scored those 6s and 4s from, right? And to be honest with you, I think the pitch got easier to bat on, and I think Shea Hope would have alluded to that point in his post match interview. I think the pitch gets better to bat on when the Australians were batting. And I think one of the things I really want to highlight is how well the Australians sum up conditions. Let us go back to the third test match, right, where Australia made a big call in dropping one of their world-class spin bowler of Nathan Lyon to play Scott Boland in that pink ball test. And I think they got that spot on. And West Indies would have done the opposite of playing Jamel Warrican. In my build-up to that game, I said we cannot play Jamel Warrican, right? We have to use Ruston Chase as our main spinner, and we should play another seam bowler, right? Or in fact, I would have said we need to play another batter, because we were struggling to make runs in this series, right? And I would have said let us try and use Tevin Imlach as to increase our batting depth. And I think we did not sum up condition well. We played Jamel Warrican. We see that Jamel Warrican did not play any significant role in that match, and that a part of that led to our demise in that that test match. So, and again in the second T20 match, right, Australia would have played, and remember Sean Abbott bowled fairly well in the first T20 match, and they would have dropped Sean Abbott, bringing a debutant of Matthew Kuhneman, and you would have seen that that would have reaped a result for the Australians. So West Indies issue is not just on the pitch, it's also off the pitch. I don't think our experts are summing up conditions well. This is our home match. We should be better in terms of how we are summing up the conditions, and I think we have to be better, right? We cannot be making these mistakes in our home conditions, the conditions that we should know more than anybody else. And Australia came from Australia and sum up our conditions better than us, right? Australia noticed that the pitch will be taking a lot of spin, and they kill West Indies with spin bowling. So again, West Indies, at the end of the power play, we were 49 without loss, and I must commend them for not losing a wicket in the power play. We have been having that issue for some time now, and I think I must give commendation where it is necessary. So we would have made 63 before we would have lost the first wicket, right? And I think Brandon King batted really well. I think they started off a bit slowly, as I said, because the pitch was it was very hard to really time the ball on the pitch. Now Brandon King would have found some rhythm on the pitch, as I said, from the Michael Holden end. That end was coming through a bit quicker than the Courtney Walsh end, and I think he started to impose himself on the game, and he made a quick fire 51 from 36 deliveries. He hit 3 4s and 4 towering 6s. at a strike rate of 141.66. So the dismissal of Brandon King, would have sparked a mini collapse there in the middle. When he was dismissed, we were on 63 for 1, then we slumped to 98 for 5. But it was, Dre Ross that, got us, back on track. He made a blistering 36 from 15 deliveries with 2 4s and 4 6s, and he struck at a strike rate of 240. I think, when Russell was hitting the ball in that fashion, I'm wondering if we're going to get a vintage, Dre Ross tonight. And I think he did not disappoint, to be honest with you. It was a really good innings, and I think West Indies needed an innings like that, given the state that we were in at the time. And so that innings by, Andre Russell would have, kind of bring back, us on track. And with Buddha Kishmoti at the back end, he made 18 from, 9 deliveries, and that would have propelled us to 172 for 8 from our allotted 20 overs. Now the pick of the Australian bowlers would have been Adam Zampa. I think he was magnificent on the night with 3 for 29 from his 4 overs, and he was given support by Glenn Maxwell, who would have taken 2 for 15, and also Nathan Ellis 2 for 34 from his 4. Now Australia, in their reply, they would have made light work of the 172 made by West Indies, and they would have cruised to 173 for 2 in 15.2 overs, right? I think West Indies would have struck early, removing Glenn Maxwell when the score was on 13, and we got our second wicket on when the Australians were on 42. Mitch Marsh there would have been dismissed by Alzari Joseph, and Glenn Maxwell initially would have been dismissed by Jason Holder. I think West Indies would have lost the game because of that brilliant partnership, unbroken partnership between Josh Inglis and also Cameron Green. And I just want to say something about Cameron Green, because sometimes things just fall under the radar. I mean, Cameron Green has batted really well on this. I think he would have, over the series, played here at Sabina Park, he has batted really well on this surface. I mean, if you can remember in the test match, he would have made 46 and 42, and given the context of the match, those scores were massive for the Australians. And in this 2 T20 matches, he would have made 51 in the first T20, and now he would have made 56 not out. I mean, he would have, just broken the Da Vinci Code in terms of batting on this surface of Sabina Park. And I mean, given the fact that both Cam Green and Josh Inglis, they were dropped twice, by the West Indies, and I mean, they would have made use of and this is the issue that I have with West Indies. You cannot drop quality players. They are going to hurt you, right? We cannot constantly be dropping catches. We had the issue in the test series, and it would have spilled over in the T20 series. And I mean, Shea would have made the point that our execution in batting, bowling, and fielding would have been not done according to the plan. And if you fail in all 3 aspects of the games, you cannot win matches, right? And so they will need to improve upon all 3 areas going into the third T20 International. And now the caravan would move to St. Kitts at Warner Park, where the third, the fourth, and the fifth T20 matches will be played. Now, I want to make an appeal to Darren Sammy, right? Because Alzarri Joseph, I'm very concerned about how much we are paying Alzarri Joseph, right? I know he is a fit, bowler, one of the fittest bowler I would have seen, watching, cricket, right? And I mean, but we have to give the young man time to rest. And as I would have said in the video prior to this one, our main priority should be the T20 World Cup. Australia's priority is currently the Ashes, and that is one of the reasons why they would have rest Travis Head, Pat Cummins, Josh Inglis, and also Mitchell Starc. So we have to prioritize our fast bowler. He has put in a lot of miles in his leg since the start of this year, and I think we should try and give him some rest so that he can recuperate, and also, right, to prevent any major injury, because we cannot afford, Alzarri Joseph to pick up any major injury, and that, can be minimized by us getting him some rest, right? So I hope Darren Sammy, watch this video and take note of that. But I think, West Indies, we would have seen some improvements in certain areas. Sometimes we move forward and then we just take 10 steps back, right? And I think we need to come together now. All aspects of the game need to come together and we start to fire on all cylinders. And I think that is what we are trying to, to accomplish, I guess. But I think we are falling short, especially where our bowlers are concerned. I think our bowlers are not very disciplined. We bowl too many short deliveries. We bowl too many over-pitch deliveries. We are not bowling the wide Yorkers effectively. We are not bowling the straight Yorkers effectively. We are not, bowling. Our short pitch bowling are not effective. When you bowl a short ball, you want it to be somewhere in the rib cage area or between, the shoulder and the top of the head. You want those deliveries to be going in those. We can't be bowling, a short ball that is coming at the waist of the batter. Those are, 6 any day, right? So I think Shea Hope would have said it well, that we need to execute, our game plans better, and I hope that they will learn from these 2 games going into the 3rd game. As Shea Hope would have said, all is not lost. We still have 3 games where we can, make some, more improvements in our game. All right, so again, best of luck to the guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and please have yourself a wonderful day.